Hey folks, I am John Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. I'm a couple minutes late because I've been doing for several hours now um, uh, a live stream with Tone Vase. He's one of the my favorite follows in the crypto space. Max Kaiser, Tone Vase, whole bunch of these great guys. I mean, I got Alex Macioli from Quantrex, which is a big institutional broker on here. We've got Dinesh Chaudhry, we've got Benjamin Miller, we've got George Zyra, Simon Dixon, Tone Vase. Anyway, bang, let's get to this. All right, disclaimer, which means, as it always means, that this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. Let's go. All right, here's the market movers today. Taking a look at the top movers from my friends at CNBC that shot me this. ExxonMobil. I'm sorry, Occidental Petroleum. What am I doing? Occidental Petroleum, still got crypto on the mind. Occidental Petroleum up about 17%. We've got Fang Diamondback, which I talked to you guys about if you were watching my earlier streams, the workout video. Also got Apache, almost a 13% rally there. Halliburton, biggest cap stock on that list, with a nice 12% gain. So, you guys know the story. President Trump did indeed apparently get MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, and Putin on the phone, and they're going to agree to some sort of production cuts. We'll see. That's why those are moving. Take a look at this one, folks, because here's one I told you about yesterday. And the fact that we told you about it yesterday in Uber was 25.37. If you watched yesterday, you already know that you had a boom winner here. Take a look at what I said, I'd like to get on that 25, 22 and a half spread or anything, to participate perhaps on some sort of a retracement, not down to the lows maybe, but let's see where it goes. So there's Uber Technologies over a 5-day graph. As you see today, down about 8% as we go into the final hour of trading now. Also, there is Uber just today as it broke down throughout the trading day today. Very interesting move. And I profited on this one. Took a little off already, maybe 30%, because I'm greedy and because the moves don't last necessarily. So I would love to target 17 bucks. Maybe we get there, maybe not. I need to put the money in my pocket where it belongs. So should you. Just my advice. As far as this one, take a look at what we got going on here in, let me see, Okay, take a look at this one. Further Uber, that is that drop that I spoke of. The big black arrow on the left side is the price point, 1482. That dip in the middle of your screen is indeed that 1482 level that was hit on the 18th, I think, of March. We're falling back down to 23, like I say. Could we see a drop into basically the middle of the page there, which is, call it $23 or so? Yeah, certainly could. And if we do, I'll probably take off half the position at that point. All right, let's get into the new stuff. This one, Gilead. They're buying next week expiration. Keep in mind, this week, tomorrow's expiration, that's the 3rd of April. Well, then you're thinking to yourself, well, let me see. So next week should be the 10th on Friday, right? Should be, and it is the 10th. But since it's a holiday, since it's Black Friday, we will not be trading on that day. And for that reason, the expiration is the 9th of April. So they're buying the 9th of April, expiring 75 calls with the stock at 75. Information embedded. Let's hit that. 1 week. Number two, they're paying almost $4 for these calls. They're at the money calls, meaning that they just want to profit quickly. If the stock makes a move to the upside, they want something that's going to move more like stock. If they wanted a true stock surrogate, they'd go deep in the money. They didn't do that. They went at the money. So those are two bits of information that we know, time frame and at the money. So they also sold a lot of 80 calls against it, collecting a little over $2, which means that this $5 spread, the differential between 75 and 80, was established for, give or take, just under $2. Next trade. Well, first let's look at the chart. So there, as you see, there's not a heck of a lot of resistance at 76. If we get through it to the upside, we could be targeting 80 again, which is where it's boom, boom, bumped up against several times, at least 2 times in the recent past. Second trade for our 3 at 3, take a look at the XLF. This is the third bullish trade of the day. So what have they been doing? They're buying upside calls. They're buying upside calls on financials. They bought 10,000 of the September 24 calls with the index basically at 1987. So again, embedded information, please, Doc. What's going on? They're buying the 24 calls, which means they're buying a out of the money call that requires a move to the upside to go in the money. But of course, since it's way out in September, second bit of information, time frame, they think it's going to play out that the institutions do better from now till out into September. Those institutions being financial institutions, because the spider, SPDR, for the S&P 500, this is the sector of the S&P 500 that is just financial related. So worth noting, 10,000 SEP 24s. I bought them today at the same price that are basically 80 cents, which means $80. Again, $80 because if it's 80 cents and I move the decimal place 2 places over, that's $80. 10,000 times $80 is $80 times a million share equivalent. So that's an $800,000 trade. That's why I'm following it. I'm in that trade. Next, and here's the graph. There you see us at about 1962. These calls right now are probably trading in the neighborhood of 75 to 80 cents. Last one, XLE. Why this one? Well, because they're buying some energy related puts. Why are they buying those? Well, because oil made such a big pop today. You saw the screen earlier when I talked about Occidental, Halliburton, Fang, Apache, all those stocks. Well, somebody wants to say, maybe we go right back down and test. I want a little put spread on just in case. So they're paying just under $1 for puts, the April 27 puts. Now I'm establishing a put spread because that's what I do. I like having on a spread rather than an outright, although this one seems like a pretty good risk versus reward. And we'll talk about storage with Mark Lopresti tomorrow at the end of the day. He is the co-founder of Battlefin, and he will be telling us about what the satellite images are showing us as far as storage, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And Mark has a lot of great information from the alternative data space. And I'll talk about that with Mark tomorrow. So April 27 puts paying about $1. Again, $1 5,000 times means $1 times 500,000 shares of stock equivalent. That is $500,000 trade in one bang. So that's why I'm in this one. What does that look like? Looks like that. Take a look at that push down to 24 where we were just recently. That's why I'm in that trade. Already making a little money because I established it when it was at $30.35. I don't know what the high for the day was, but I like getting in on this one for a play to the downside. There you see 29.50 is where this slide was when I made it up just a couple of minutes before I went on air with you. I'm jumping back in with Tone Vase and Alex of Quantrack, and of course, Tone Vase, one of the smartest guys in crypto. There's a bunch of you though, so this is not to denigrate the smart folks like my friend Max Kaiser and Stacy over there at Kaiser Report. I'm just saying I'm jumping back in with those guys on their live stream right now. So I'll see you tomorrow for workout video, and then 3 at 3. Make sure you tune in. Bang.